Day two report of findings, guys. So day two report of findings should be a formality. If you've done your job of doing a great investigation, doing some education, really connecting with the patient, letting your tech talk for you, a great wow experience. That means your staff was on point, your doctors or you were on point inside there, and you connected with them and you motivated them. You got them to take ownership of their health problem, and they can kind of see the light that you might be able to help them and how you're different. And there's a little bit of scarcity inside of that to make sure that, hey, we can actually help them. You had a great end of the day one video. That means you really wowed the hell out of them. And now we're at day two. And so day two is a report of findings. You should be simply reporting your findings. There's a couple things. I'm going to try to knock out a few of these just tasks that have to be done. One is back up the ladder. The first thing I do, especially because a lot of times we'll ask them to bring their spouse, or we will have them bring their spouse. And we want to bring up back up the ladder because I want to see if there's anything missing. Or maybe they forgot to tell me, or they brought their spouse in that day and they left a lot of things out, which is oftentimes the case. So back up the ladder means I'm going to go back through their symptoms. So if they said, hey, I've had headaches and I've had them for three times a week, and they've taken Advil or whatever it is, I'll go through that entire list of symptoms with that rundown, go through that, make sure everybody's got their heads nodding yes. Is there anything you wish to add, or is there any questions or anything you forgot to tell me that maybe I shouldn't even know about? So bring them back up the ladder. A lot of times their spouse will interject, well, hey, what about that time you fell off there? And you complain about your headaches, or you complain about your back too. Oh yeah, let me tell you about that. So that's what means back up the ladder. So always bring them back up the ladder, because a lot of times, guys, these people, these patients of yours that are coming in, they go back into their home, they go back into their environment, and then they got their husband talking them out of care. Or they talk to their mother-in-law between when they visited you and their next visit. And so, you don't really need to go to the chiropractor. And so it's just law of diminishing intent. They get talked out of things. And so we want to put them back right in the moment when you were connecting with them, really having them take ownership and really, educating them, and just, you want them back in that moment when they were on their day one. So that's why we bring them back up the ladder. Findings in education, it should be just education at this point. You should have already done all your investigation work. You should know what motivates them, what targets they have, what worse looks like to them. At this point, we're going to talk about subluxation. We're going to dig in. We'll give you an example, if we haven't done that already, of we'll talk about the nervous system. If there's spouse there, I'll kind of reintroduce what we're looking for. We're looking for motion. We're looking for good neural function. And that's what you're testing, whatever you have. We have EMG, thermography. A lot of times we'll do motion x-rays. We have some kind of testing to just show what we're looking for, hopefully structurally and neurologically too. So we have both. And so outside of that, it should be a formality. A lot of times I let my girls do financials at this point. You don't have to. I think if you do have any kind of poverty complex, scarcity mindset, maybe you as the doctor should do this until you have full ownership. I would not delegate financials and stuff until I owned it. Most dentists, most veterinarians, they don't ever have financials, so you don't have to do this. It's not something you have to do, but I want you to have extreme value in what you do and be able to do it if you need to do it. Because somebody asks you point blank, well, what's this going to cost? I think you should be able to go right into it and have and don't waver at all when you do that. But for time's sake, you're a doctor, you should be adjusting. Your associates, they should be adjusting. That's what they're paid to do. If you can leverage staff to do your financials, you should do that. Same way with scheduling. I don't think the doctors should be scheduling their patients. We advance multiple schedule. We'll have a video on how to do that, but that's what we expect. We expect people to share with us what their targets and goals are. We expect them to take ownership. We expect them to have a high level of commitment, and we expect them to advance multiple schedule. That way we have it all mapped out. So financials and scheduling is all done on the day two. What else? Social media form. She'll show you some of those things. We'll also kind of go into that first adjustment protocol. I'll share with that in just a second. So day two, in my opinion, it should be a formality. It should be just here's the findings. This is what we found. Here's where you're at. Yes, we can help you. Put them on that, and it should be just a no-brainer, fun thing to do, and get people starting to care, get them excited about care, and hey, we can help you. That's the good news. Good luck, guys. Watch the rest of these videos. We may need to edit this because it sucked on the end. Bye.